Your birthday is coming up, and people keep asking what you're doing to celebrate. And every time someone asks, you feel this weird pressure in your chest. Because the truth is, you don't want to do anything. You don't want the attention. You don't want the forced smiles. You don't want people singing at you while you pretend to be grateful. And when you tell them you'd rather skip it, they look at you like you just said something deeply wrong. They tell you you're being negative. They say you need to learn to celebrate yourself. They act like not wanting a birthday party is some kind of red flag that proves you're broken. But here's what nobody tells you. That feeling isn't random, and it's not a character flaw. There's actual psychology behind why some people love birthdays, while others would rather the day just pass by unnoticed. And once you understand it, everything starts to make sense. Most people assume hating your birthday means you have low self-esteem, that you don't think you're worthy of celebration. But that's not always true, because plenty of confident, self-assured people still dread their birthday every single year. The real reason goes deeper than self-worth. It's about how you process attention, expectations, and the passage of time. And those three things create a perfect storm that makes birthdays feel unbearable. Because what looks like you being difficult is actually your brain protecting you from something that genuinely feels wrong. And that difference changes everything.
Let's start with attention, because birthdays put you in a spotlight you never asked for. Suddenly, everyone's looking at you, singing at you, expecting you to perform gratitude and joy on command. And if you're someone who processes attention as pressure rather than validation, that spotlight doesn't feel good. It feels suffocating, like you're being forced to play a character version of yourself while everyone watches and judges your performance. There's a concept in psychology called spotlight anxiety. It's when being the center of attention triggers your threat detection system instead of your reward system. Your brain doesn't interpret the attention as love, it interprets it as surveillance. And here's the thing, when you're wired this way, birthday attention feels like a test you didn't study for. Everyone's watching to see if you're happy enough, grateful enough, excited enough. And if you're not performing joy correctly, you feel like you're failing at being human.
Now add expectations to that mix, because birthdays come with invisible rules about how you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to be excited. You're supposed to feel special. You're supposed to want cake and candles and people making a fuss over you. But what if you don't? What if the whole performance feels fake and forced? What if you genuinely rather have a quiet, normal day than be the star of a show you never auditioned for? The problem is that people don't accept that answer. They think you're lying. They think you're being self-deprecating or fishing for compliments. They can't imagine that someone might genuinely prefer to not be celebrated. And that creates this exhausting loop. You don't want the attention, but people insist on giving it to you anyway. And then they get hurt or confused when you don't react with the level of joy they expected. So now you're managing their disappointment on top of your own discomfort.
But here's where it gets even deeper. Because for a lot of people, birthdays aren't about celebration. They're about confronting time. And that confrontation brings up everything you've been avoiding. Every birthday is a marker. Another year older, another year of goals you didn't hit, another year closer to mortality, another reminder that time is moving and you can't stop it. And if you're someone who already struggles with the passage of time, with feeling behind, with existential anxiety, birthdays don't feel like a gift, they feel like a reckoning. Research shows that people with high levels of existential awareness often experience what's called birthday blues. It's a documented phenomenon where the day meant to celebrate you actually triggers depression, anxiety, and deep reflection on mortality.
So when people tell you to celebrate, what they're really asking you to do is pretend that the passage of time doesn't terrify you, to ignore the fact that you're getting older and you don't have everything figured out yet. And then there's the social performance aspect, because birthdays aren't really about you. They're about other people's need to celebrate you, and that distinction matters. If someone throws you a party, it's rarely because they asked what you actually want. It's because they want to perform the role of good friend, good partner, good family member. They want to prove they care by doing the culturally approved celebration ritual. And if you reject that, you're not just rejecting a party, you're rejecting their expression of love. You're making them feel like their effort doesn't matter. And now you're the bad guy for not wanting something you never asked for in the first place. This is where people pleasers get trapped. You don't want the birthday attention, but you also don't want to hurt the people who are trying to celebrate you. So you fake enthusiasm, you pretend to be happy, you perform gratitude while internally screaming. And that performance is exhausting because you're not celebrating yourself, you're managing everyone else's emotions about your existence. Now let's talk about the comparison trap. Because birthdays are also social media performance days. Everyone posts, everyone celebrates publicly, everyone performs their joy for an audience. And if you're someone who doesn't want to perform, who doesn't want to post the obligatory birthday selfie with the caption about gratitude and growth, you feel the pressure to conform. Because if you don't post, people notice. They ask if you're okay. They assume something's wrong. They treat your silence like a cry for help instead of a simple preference for privacy. And if you do post, it feels fake, like you're playing a role in a script you didn't write, like you're performing happiness to prove to strangers that your life is worth celebrating. Either way, you lose. Either you conform and feel inauthentic, or you resist and deal with everyone's concern and judgment. But here's the twist, because not all birthday avoidance is healthy. Sometimes it's wisdom, and sometimes it's self-punishment wearing a disguise. If you avoid birthdays because you genuinely prefer quiet reflection over public celebration, that's self-awareness. But if you avoid them because you don't think you deserve to be celebrated, that's something different. The healthy version says, I don't enjoy this type of attention, so I'll celebrate in a way that feels authentic to me. The unhealthy version says, I'm not worth celebrating. I haven't earned it. I don't deserve people's love. And here's the hard part. You can have both at the same time. You might genuinely dislike the performance aspect of birthdays and also carry deep beliefs about not being worthy of celebration. Untangling those two things is the real work. So here's what they should have told you from the start. Not wanting a traditional birthday celebration doesn't mean you hate yourself or that you're ungrateful or that something's wrong with you. It means you process attention differently. It means you have a different relationship with time. It means you'd rather have authentic connection than performative celebration. And that's valid. You're allowed to celebrate your existence in whatever way feels true to you. That might be a quiet dinner with one person. That might be spending the day alone doing something you love. That might be treating it like any other day. The world will keep telling you that you're supposed to want cake and candles and a room full of people singing at you. But you don't owe anyone that performance. You don't owe anyone proof that you're celebrating yourself in the approved way. Here's the real question. Not whether you celebrate your birthday, but whether you're avoiding it out of wisdom or fear. Are you honoring your authentic preferences, or are you punishing yourself for not being enough? Because if it's the first one, you're fine. You're just different, and different is allowed. But if it's the second one, if there's a voice in your head saying you don't deserve celebration, that's worth looking at. You don't have to love birthdays, but you do have to be honest about why you avoid them.
because the answer to that question tells you everything about how you see yourself. If this hit differently, drop a comment and tell me, do you avoid birthdays because you don't like the attention or because you don't think you deserve it? Or both? I'm genuinely curious. And if you want to understand yourself even more, the next video breaks down why some people feel more alive at night while others can't function past 9 p.m. It's a wild difference. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.